The infinite nightmare, a LSD trip gone wrong. I want you to imagine that all perception of reality is removed from you. All the things that made sense in the world are gone. There is a sense of lucidity and confusion that mix together, becoming impossible to separate. This is how Frank felt in the midst of his LSD trip. The walls began to melt like warm wax candles, and vibrant colors began merging as if they were knitting stories. Each line, each color, came to life, creating mangled pictures and mixed shapes that made no logical sense. The chemically induced surrealism engulfed Frank's mind, dragging him down into the unknown depths of his subconscious. Suddenly a feeling similar to paralysis took over his body. He could only move his eyes. The hallucinations continued to dance before him, though with every passing moment they became more and more twisted. Soon, Frank began doubting his grip on reality. Then something appeared, something that stood out from the abstract world, a dark figure. It was just a silhouette, a human-like image shifting in and out of his consciousness. The shadow made no move, creating a fearful tension that kept Frank paralyzed with fear. As the seconds ticked by, the figure's form continued to twist until it became a twisted, monstrous being. It seemed to have taken Frank's fear and amplified it. What was once a wavy humanoid outline now morphed into a grotesque, writhing black mass. Frank realized that he was trapped within his mind. However, he could not just give up. He needed to fight the nightmare, to cling on to his remaining consciousness. He began chanting to himself that he could overcome the fear, that it was just a trip, and his thoughts began to merge with the dark entity. The darkness started to contract, to shrink, to wear thin. It was like a balloon slowly losing air. The universe of color, the world of abstraction, and the twisted figure all faded away, leaving Frank alone. For the first time in hours, he was alone with his thoughts. Now, when Frank reflects on that day, he realizes that it was a turning point in his life. He was confronted with the darkest parts of his own mind, his deepest fears personified. But by refusing to succumb to them and fight back, he found a strength within that he did not know existed. It was as if he had faced his own demons and come out victorious.